You ask of Sand Creek, vocae ovo coma est, the place we went believing in peace, and found only butchery. This is a story that must be told, a story burned into my heart, into the heart of all Tsitsistas, the Cheyenne people. I will tell you exactly how my father told me. His words are seared into my memory. Let his words chill your heart as they chilled mine. It was late in the moon of falling leaves. November, the white man calls it. Cold. The air bit, and the ground was hard. We were camped on the big sandy creek, many lodges, maybe 500 souls. Not warriors gathered for war, no. We were families. Elders, women, children, many children. Our great peace chief, Motvat, Black Kettle, had sought assurances from the Vhoe leaders, the white men. He had traveled to Denver, spoken with their governor, Evans, and this soldier chief, Chivington. They told him, if he brought his people near Fort Lyon, kept them peaceful, they would be safe. Under protection. Black Kettle believed them. He was a man of peace, perhaps too trusting of words that came from forked tongues. He flew the American flag, the stars and stripes, high above his own lodge. And beneath it, a white flag. A sign of peace. A sign of surrender to their authority, just as they asked. We thought, we believed, we were safe. Many of our young men, our warriors, were away hunting buffalo, trying to find food for the winter. The camp was quiet, vulnerable. We felt the protection of the flags, the promises. We slept under a false sky. Then came the dawn. Not with the gentle light of Mahioo, the Creator, but with thunder. Not from the sky, but from the earth. Hoofbeats. Hundreds. Shaking the ground. Shouts. Not Cheyenne shouts. Vhoe shouts. And then, gunfire. Explosions. Cannons. I woke to chaos. Screams. The smell of powder sharp in the cold air. I grabbed my old rifle, ran from my lodge. What I saw, it freezes my spirit even now, after so many winters. Soldiers. Blue coats. Everywhere. Charging through the camp. Firing wildly. Not at warriors, no. They fired at everything. Women running, holding their babies. Old men and women, stumbling from their lodges, confused, frail. Children, so many children, screaming, crying, trying to hide. Black Kettle stood near his lodge, trying to raise his hands, shouting for peace, pointing to the flags. The flags they told him would protect us. It meant nothing. They fired at him. They fired at the flags. They came not as soldiers fighting soldiers. They came as butchers. Led by that man, Chivington. He had told his men, I learned later, kill and scalp all, big and little, nits make lice. Nits. Our children. I remember my father gripping his knees, his knuckles white. I saw women shot down pleading for their lives. I saw babies cut from their dying mother's arms. I saw old Esavone, the counselor, trying to walk towards them, hands raised, singing a death song, and they shot him down like a dog. I saw people running towards the creek bed, trying to dig into the sand for cover. The soldiers followed, shooting them in the pits they dug. Like animals trapped. I remember my father's voice breaking then, thick with unshed tears. My lodge, it was near the center of the camp. My wife. Niobe. Morning flower, she was strong, beautiful. We had 2 children. A son, Hotoa-Omae, little buffalo, 6 winters old. And a daughter, Mii-Oo, little star, just 3. When the shooting started, I yelled for them to run to the creek. I tried to hold back some soldiers near our lodge, give them time. I fired my rifle, once, twice, but there were too many. They swarmed like angry ants. I was hit, in the shoulder, knocked down. When I could move again, the worst was happening. I searched, frantic. Shouting their names. The noise, the screams, the horses, the guns, it was a hell the Voe brought us. I found them. Near the creek bank. Not hiding. They hadn't made it. Niobe, she lay, holding little Star. She had tried to shield her. Both, gone. Little Buffalo, my son, he was nearby. He had been running, shot in the back. A boy, just a boy. My heart, it didn't just break that day, it was ripped out. Torn to pieces like they tore at the bodies. Yes. They did that. After the killing, the murdering, it wasn't enough. They mutilated the dead. Scalped everyone, even the babies. Cut off fingers for rings. Cut off private parts, to take as trophies. They stretched them over their saddles. Laughed. Drank whiskey. Celebrated. They took these pieces of our stolen lives back to Denver and displayed them in a theater. Showed them off like prizes from a hunt. We who survived, we ran. Hid in the freezing sand banks. Crawled away under the darkness when they finally left, drunk on blood. We were left with nothing. No homes, no food, no blankets in the biting cold. Just, the dead. Hundreds of our people. Maybe 150, maybe more. Mostly women, children, and elders. Gone in a few hours of terror. They called it a battle. The newspapers in the East called Chivington a hero. A battle? Against sleeping families? Against mothers and babies? Against peace flags? No. It was not a battle. It was a massacre. A betrayal. A cold-blooded murder blessed by their leaders. I lost my family. I lost my faith in any white man's promise. My shoulder healed, but this, he pressed his hand to his chest, this wound, it never closes. It bleeds every time I remember the screams, the smell of blood on the cold air, the sight of my son, my wife, my daughter, lying still in the sand. A brother and sister you will never know. That is my father's words on what happened at Sand Creek. We were both silent for a long time after his words were spoken. That is the truth they tried to bury with our dead. But we remember. Sisters remember. And you must remember too. Tell this story. Let no one forget the price of believing a Voe promise. Let no one forget what they did to us under a flag of peace. Never forget Sand Creek. Ho, see he. It is finished.